So why don't we actually do a concert with all male dancers? Oh, that's a great idea, and we'll call it Hot Guys Dancing. Lights start to come up. Hot, different guys in the show, and it's going to be cutting edge. A very provocative, sexy, sensual, artful show. All those things. It's very marketable. It is what it says.
Who doesn't like to see, handsome bodies flying through the air? I mean, it can be very exciting.
Chris Edlund is a San Diego dance writer. She's been following the career of choreographer Michael Miserani for years.
She really turned the whole idea on its head. And I think that some viewers maybe were looking for, what is it, Magic Mike, that, kind of Chippendale kind of, stuff. And it was much more nuanced, and it certainly had much stronger themes, much more about, I thought, acceptance of men in general, and also acceptance of men in so many different ways. And I applaud him for that, because he did take a risk doing that.
The latest edition of Hot Guys Dancing contains 3 dance pieces. Miserani oversaw the production and choreographed an intense 5-minute piece called Rush about drug addiction. For this new piece, Miserani worked with 17-year-old Dylan Hoffinger.
I really wanted to use hip-hop, how they break their own body parts in different ways. I'm not, of course, trained in that, but I know Dylan has experience with that. So I would get up and show him badly about what I want him to. I'm like, don't do what I'm doing, do what you think I'm doing. So I want your take on it. So I would choreograph the movement, and then he would do his take on what I did. It was never exact because I'm not a hip hop dancer, but I knew what I want in my head, I knew, and then I would translate it onto his body.
So I did an idea of what he said, and he said, oh, I like that, okay, keep it. And then we went on to the next thing. Once again, we have 2 different bodies, we're 2 different style dancers, and he allowed me to explore his movement in my own body and in my own style. So working with him has been very freeing in that I can show him my vocabulary, he can show me his vocabulary, we can fuse it together.
Take a minute and solidify that in your head, just that little... Yeah.
Miserani saw himself as both a partner in a collaboration and a mentor showing Hoffinger how to channel his youthful energy. That meant teaching him to pace himself and sometimes to just hold still.
I'm used to going really fast and doing really sporadic movement, especially since this piece is so athletic, but slow parts, they're really juicy and they're really yummy, and I can usually like to feel through all of that, but when you don't have that standard line, it's never a fluctuation, it's always a up, down, like you're climbing mountains, not like you're treading terrain.
Take the time to slowly go, don't rush into pushing back, even if you're late.
Another key point Miserani wanted to convey to the young dancer was that he had to get into the character's mind in order to find meaning to the movement.
The character is reacting like this because. So again, it's not just doing movement because I say to lift your leg. Yes, I want a high leg. That's great, but why is it going high? What are you doing?
You certainly can't not think about the technique, because otherwise, where's everything going? Where's the strength, and how are you going to hold your body up? That, for me, that's all rehearsal. The minute that I start rehearsals, it's all about the physicality, and I have to think about the physicality constantly in order to gain physical memory and mental memory. So this way, when I'm thinking about where the character's going or what's happening within the character, I am in the mindset of the character. I'm very drained. I personally haven't had an extravagant experience with any substances, but I know what it's like to crave and what it's like to need something and to be fiending for it all the time. And so, to like put that into my movement, it brings energy in an easier way.
Chris Edlund says audiences are starting to crave the athletic choreography of Michael Miserani, which is all the more impressive within the tiny confines of the diversionary stage.
And you can see the sweat. You can really hear their breathing. There are some dances where you think someone's going to get hurt. I mean, you do feel like, boy, don't mess up, because they could be in your lap, right?
And Miserani is happy to put dance right in the laps of San Diego audiences.
Lights start to fade. Lights go out.
Beth Accomando, KPBS News.
Good job, Dylan.